Hi, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. I am so sorry for coming on live about 5 minutes late. I had technical issues and that's why I'm late. So I'm just going to jump right to it. Once again, I am so sorry. Happy Sunday. My name is Ola Additional and I am the founder of Allthinsatural. Allthinsatural as a business that caters for natural hair and skin. So I am mainly into natural hair products and I'm into skin products. And that's just the summary of what I do. I'm a New York State licensed cosmetologist. I also work for the state of New York, and this is my business. This is my own private business. I use all organic products to formulate hair products and skin products. So this afternoon, briefly, I'm going to be talking to you about using Glycerin as a moisturizer. As some of us might know, most people with natural hair suffer from dry hair. For those people that carry their hair naturally, one of the major challenges that we go through is having to deal with dry hair. And by reason of how God created us, fortunately for us, our hair tends to be always dry. And for those that have coily hair, for those that have kinky, fussy, and the different texture of hair that looks very different from the normal straight hair that we see, our hair tends to be very dry and sometimes freezes. So this afternoon, I just want to show us a do-it-yourself method of how you can use Glycerin to moisturize your hair. My hair is looking so moisturized in this video, and my hair is usually very dry. But then I just happened to come into a formulation, and I realized that it actually worked. Most of my products, not all, some of them contains Glycerin, and I know that Glycerin is a very powerful humectant. But then I realized that using it by itself, not necessarily by itself, but mixing it with water actually does a lot of magic, and it's something that you can try at home. The last time that I had this done was a week ago, and my hair is still looking very moisturized, not as dry as it used to be, and it's something that I would like to share with all of us. Glycerin is something that everybody knows. It is very popular. When I buy mine, I always buy it in gallons from the people that supply me, because I tend to use them a lot. But Glycerin is very popular. I know that so many of us know Glycerin. We find it in shampoos, you find it in conditioners, you find it in lotions. In most of the cosmetics and products, you find Glycerin. And the Glycerin that we'll be using today is the vegetable Glycerin. So if you are going to be doing this at home, after watching this video, make sure that the Glycerin that you're buying is the one that says vegetable Glycerin. And today again, the topic is Glycerin as an humectant. What is an humectant? An humectant is something that pulls moisture to itself. An humectant is anything that attracts moisture. Glycerin is an humectant. Honey, we can say, is an humectant. And Glycerin is a compound that is derived from animal fats or vegetable oils. That's how Glycerin is derived. Is made out of vegetable oils or animal fats. That's Glycerin, and it's very slippery. Very close to, I don't know if we know slippery elm. Slippery elm is another plant-based humectant that is very good for the hair. And all that we have to do is just measuring. The thing with this formula is that you have to be able to formulate it correctly. Sometimes it's not just about just copying something over the internet. You can copy it over the internet, but if you don't know the correct formulation, you get it wrong. So I'm going to be showing us what to do, and this is something that you can do at home. You don't need a lot of Glycerin. A 4 ounce or an 8 ounce bottle of Glycerin is fine. It is something that you can buy and keep at home. And you need the glycerin, you need water. You can use any kind of water. You don't necessarily have to use the store-bought spring water or natural water. Just you can use water from the tap. You need a measuring cup, which is what I have. You need a measuring cup. You need a spoon, something that is dedicated only for cosmetics. And you need a bigger cup for mixing, and you need a spray bottle. A spray bottle you can get anywhere. You can get from the dollar shop, from Walmart. These are pretty common. You can get anywhere. These are the main things that you need. Don't forget that I said the glycerin is a substance. It's a substance that is derived from vegetable oils or animal fats. That is where glycerin is derived from. And it's an humectant. What is an humectant? An humectant is anything that pulls water to itself. Anything that attracts moisture. Anything that pulls water, that is an humectant. And our topic today is glycerin as an humectant for your natural hair. Simply meaning that glycerin is something that helps you to pull water. It pulls moisture. It binds moisture to yourself. And today I am teaching you how to do it by yourself. And this method you can spray it on your hair. I try to do mine when my hair is out. I try to spray it on my hair twice a week. You know, nothing that you have to do every day, because it actually works very well. So this is a glycerin, and what we need is a quarter of a cup of glycerin to 2 cups of water. So a quarter of a cup is 2 ounces. 1 cup is 8 ounces. This is 1 cup. This is a 1 cup measurement, and this is 8 ounces. And we need 2 cups of water. So we'll be using 2 cups of this in water, and we'll be using a quarter of glycerin to 2 cups of water. A quarter is 2 ounces. 1 cup of water is 8 ounces. So in this formulation, we are going to be using 2 cups of water, which is 16 ounces, and a quarter of glycerin, which is 2 ounces. So it's 2 ounces of glycerin to 16 ounces of water. I hope that we get that. And the first thing that I am going to do is, I'm not going to be using a measuring scale. I have a measuring cup, which I am going to use. This is my measuring cup. And what I would do, this is the glycerin. Like I said, when you buy the glycerin, make sure that you buy the one that says vegetable glycerin. That's what you're buying. Don't buy the chemical-based glycerin. This is all natural. When you buy the vegetable glycerin, it's all natural. And glycerin, one other thing that glycerin is good for is that I use them in some of my formulation, because it is a solvent, which means that I can infuse. There's some certain things that I use, certain herbs that I use, that I can infuse in glycerin, and glycerin pulls out all the power, the ingredients, the good, the juicy stuff that I need from the plants. Glycerin pulls it out from the plants, and it needs a couple of months infusion for that to be able to work. So is also a solvent to some specific kinds of herbs that I use in making my hair products. So this is the glycerin. And don't forget, I said we're using 2 ounces of glycerin to 2 cups of water. A quarter of a cup of glycerin is 2 ounces, and we're using 2 cups of water. 1 cup is 8 ounces. So that means we're using 16 ounces. So it's 2 ounce cups of it's 2 ounces of glycerin to 16 ounces of water. And this is my measuring cup. So I'm going to be pouring the glycerin into my measuring cup, and I will stop where it says 2. That is where I'm going to stop. So this is what you want to do. You get your glycerin and make sure that it's accurate, and that is 2 ounces. That is my 2 ounces of glycerin. And this is a cup that I'm going to be using. I'm going to pour the glycerin into the bigger cup, and then I will do 2 cups of water, which is going to be 16 ounce. My measuring cup is 8 ounce. So 2 cups of this is my 16 ounce. And this is it. I fill it up and pour it in the bigger cup where it's going to be convenient for me to mix it. And then another 1 cup. And you don't have to have, you know, a full air of afro to be able to do this. For those of us that are carrying low cut, we can actually do this. This can be your grease. This can be your hair grease. This can help your hair stay moisturized, especially now that we are in the winter months. I realize that I have everything for me is combination. My skin is a combination skin. My hair type is kind of a combination kind of hair type. That means that in summer my skin is very oily. In winter it is very dry and flaky. The same thing goes with my hair. In winter my hair is excessively dry. So one thing that I do is that when I step out from the house in the winter months to go to work, I use a scarf. I tie a scarf on my hair just to cover my hair, because I realized that the cold kinds of damage my hair. It kinds of breaks it. It's not good for my hair. So stepping out of my house to go into my car, and then from my car to go into my office, I try as much as possible every time that I remember. I don't remember most of the times, to use a scarf to cover my hair. That kinds of protects my my hair from the cold air. So this is 2 ounces of glycerin to 16 ounces of water, and there's really nothing extra to it. All you want to do is mix it together. Glycerin, it looks a little bit like oil, and you don't ever really want to bother about if it mixes, because it actually does kind of dissolve in water, and that's all you do. Don't try to do more. When you try to do more, you know, because some people will be like, oh, it's not slippery enough, I want it to have that slip. So instead of using a quarter cup, which is 2 ounces, some people will go and put 3 ounces or 4 ounces. Let's remember that everything is about formulation. Everything is about accuracy. And sometimes if you put too much of glycerin, you might find that your hair is too slippery, and then when it dries, it might be kind of a little bit hard, kind of, you know, when you touch it. So the next thing to do is the 16 ounce water and the 2 ounce glycerin is mixed, and this is your spray bottle. So what you want to do is you want to put it in the spray bottle. You're using the spray bottle because a spray bottle is actually easy. It's easy for you to get the fluid to your hair in a spray bottle than, you know, in a cup and then having to use your hands to do it. A spray bottle is actually very convenient. This is my spray bottle, and you shake it together, and then what you do is you just spray it on your hair. And remember that I said that you don't have to have a big afro. You don't necessarily have to have a big afro. You can be on your hair can be short, and this can be a way of moisturizing your hair every morning when you get up. All you have to do is do this and just spray. Don't make it dripping wet. You don't want to make it dripping wet. You just want to spray it and make it, you know, saturated. You can use your hands. And what I try to do some of the times is that when I'm going to carry out my natural hair like this, after I've done this, I put it in braids. And then I sleep with it braided with my sleeping cap. The next morning I can take out the braids and just leave it exactly like this, and I am ready to go. And you know, this is a perfect moisturizer. Glycerin is a powerhouse moisturizer. Nothing compares to it. I've heard people say honey too is good, but this has been the best so far. It is a powerhouse moisturizer. when the wonders that it does is amazing. When I started using it, I started realizing that my hair, not necessarily my scalp. In my next video, I'm going to be showing us another do-it-yourself method at home of how you can use ACV as a scalp cleanser to treat dandruff, psoriasis, dry scalp, and all of that. But this is a powerhouse moisturizer. Some people tell me that they don't use grease, they don't know how to use grease on their hair. But if you're the kind of person that don't necessarily use grease, or if you don't know how to moisturize your hair, there was one video that I did of how I was showing people that when you moisturize your hair with hair grease, with just a normal standard hair grease, this is my own hair grease that I use, that I make by myself. I also use this when I want to go out, you know, in the morning after doing the Glycerin spray. This is my hair moisturizer that I make. I would use this, just take a little of this and also use it, because it's also a great moisturizer. But there are times that, you know, there's oil in my scalp, I've treated my scalp, and I don't want to do too much on it, and I'm just good to go with just the Glycerin formulations that I just showed us right now. So this is very good. I advise that if you do a lot of this, you might just want to keep it in the fridge, just, you know, to avoid bacteria and all of that. Even though it's oil and water, it's safer when you put it in the fridge. If it's something, if you are the type that you don't have your natural hair out all of the time, if it's something that you just want to do one off, instead of doing 2 ounces of Glycerin, you can do 1 ounce of Glycerin to 1 cup of water. Remember that this one that I just showed us, this formulation, I still have a lot that I showed to us, is 1/4 of a cup, which is 2 ounces of Glycerin to 16 ounces of water. So if it's just something that you just want to use once or twice, or not more than 1 week, you can do 1 ounce of Glycerin to 1 cup of water. And I advise that you leave it in your fridge. When you do this formulation, don't just mix it like this and just leave the spray bottle sitting somewhere. I'm always very careful of bacteria. Bacteria is something that we don't want to see in any of our skin or hair products. So put it in the fridge. And that's all that I have to show us today. Remember that I said Glycerin is made from vegetable oils or animal fats. It's a substance. It's a substance that binds, that attracts moisture. It binds to your hair. It's a powerhouse moisturizer, and it helps water to bind to your hair. You know, it pulls out moisture, it pulls out water and binds itself, and it leaves your hair moisturized. Try this for like couple of weeks. Don't do it once and say, oh, it didn't work. This is something that if you have your natural hair out, you want to do constantly, and you will see that the difference is just very, very amazing. For those that don't necessarily want to put grease on their hair, this is very important. And that's all that I have for us this Sunday. Next week, Sunday, no, 2 Sundays from now, I'm going to be teaching us how to use ACV. ACV is apple cider vinegar. How to use apple cider vinegar as a scalp cleanser. It's good for dandruff, it's good for dry scalp, it's good for psoriasis. It's also a powerhouse scalp cleanser on its own, and I'm going to be showing us. And ACV is you don't just want to buy just any ACV. You know, 2 Sundays from now, I'm going to discuss with us. I'm going to show us exactly what to use. And just before going, this is something that I promised myself that I am always going to be doing. I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ died for my sins. This is not to put anybody down. I realize that we all have different religion, but this is me just sharing. And I just want to encourage us today that whatever it is that we are going through, the Bible says, come unto me, all of you that are heavy laden, all of you that have issues that you're battling with and you need a way out. Jesus is the way. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He is somebody that I've come to realize that he has never failed. Since I was young and now that I am old and I still continue to grow, he has never failed. So he is an opportunity. He is an open door. Anybody can come to him. Believe All you have to do is believe, and everything is going to fall in place. No matter what it is that you are going through today, no matter what it is that you are facing, only believe. That's all that you have to do. Believe that He is able. He is able to deliver you. Do not let the problems of life overwhelm you too much that you come to that point in your life where you just feel disappointed. You come to that point in your life where you just feel like, you know, this is it, I am done for. As long as you have Jesus in your life, as long as you have God on your side, the owner of the universe on your side, everything is possible only if you believe. Thank you so much today for joining me. I hope that this do-it-yourself method is going to be useful to you. I hope that you would go home and practice it and just give me a feedback. Let me know how well this works for you. Thank you again for joining me, and have a beautiful Sunday. Thank you.